Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Smackdown Aftershow. How are you guys doing? I'm going to say hi to everybody. Hello, Kayla, Nika, Janelle. Hello, Quayshawn. Am I saying your name right, Quayshawn? Hi, Don. It was good. It was good. I'm going to tell you what happened. I promise. Hi, B. Jeffers. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hello. Okay. So I'm finna tell y'all what happened on SmackDown. If you missed it, I'm going to try to keep it as brief and simple as possible. This week, they filled SmackDown with, they started off SmackDown good. They gave you decent matches, but they also expanded on storylines very well in this week's SmackDown. So I'm low-key proud of Triple H this week. Both of his shows that he manned, he did a very good job of flushing out stories and possibly setting up new problems for each particular champion and making sure we get to see extensions to these storylines and them actually playing out. These shows this week were well booked and they were not boring. It was fun to watch. So kudos to you, Uncle Trip. You did your big one this week. Okay. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. All right. So let's dive into this. The first match of the night is they started it off with the championship match. Andrade won the right to face off against LA Knight, and Andrade did that. This match set the tone for the show completely. It was not an easy feat for LA Knight. He was getting put through the ringer by Andrade. Andrade is never an easy competitor for anyone, but he's just a very competitive and hard opponent for just about anybody he goes up against. You saw some shades of Charlotte in this match. He utilizes some of Charlotte's moveset just a tad, and he does it pretty well. He executes it pretty well. He didn't do the figure eight, which I probably would have loved if he did that, and I know Charlotte loves it when he uses her moveset, but he does a real good job of incorporating some of her moveset into his, and it really flows with him very seamlessly. LA Knight put on a good fight against Andrade. In fact, LA Knight was in control of this match for the better part, but he and Andrade were going back and forth. It was very much a tit for tat matchup between the two, but ultimately Andrade just could not keep LA Knight down, and LA Knight ended up being able to actually hit his BFT, and he retained his championship. Now, after the match was over, they both gave each other some respect. It was a little awkward, but they were able to get that respect off. And of course, like I said, LA Knight was the victor. He won. He got his hand raised, and we were all happy as home, happy as house. Okay. I love this match. I thought this match was super fun, and it was very touch and go. Andrade almost won this match, but ultimately LA Knight was able to pick up the win. Now, in the back, of course, Carmelo Hayes decided he wanted to dig his heels into Andrade losing this match against LA Knight, which I'm not quite understanding why he decided to go and mess with Andrade. The reality is Carmelo has lost to LA Knight as well, and it wasn't even a title bout. And matter of fact, LA Knight didn't even have the championship when Carmelo lost, so it was even worse for you, babe. But I mean, go off, whatever makes you happy. This led to a backstage brawl between these two, and you know that these two are in a best of 7 series. Now they're on part 6 of their best of 7 series. This leads me to believe that Carmelo's more than likely going to get this last win, this last W, and then it's going to lead to their best of 7 at Bad Blood, which to me makes a lot of sense. You get to fill up the card with a really good final bout, and these two definitely do have bad blood. And this doesn't have to end with them fighting for anything other than bragging rights over the other and them finally ending their feud with each other, because it's well worth ending the feud. Now, we got some more people in here. Hello. Hello. Don says his 1 year is next week. Okay, kudos. Love that for you guys. Love it. Love it so much. And if you don't know, they're talking about their jobs. They have been working at their jobs for closer to a year for Don, 2 years for Kayla. So congratulations to you guys on your working anniversary. He says, I know it's been a while since I caught a live show. I know, babes, but I'm glad to see your face. I'm glad to see your comments. I love it when my people are here. She used his moves well too. Yeah, yes, she does. She used to do that elbow from Andrade, and she'd hit it so clean. I miss her. Oh, don't worry, she'll be back soon. Charlotte ain't gonna be gone too long. She'll be back. She's coming back. Okay. But this is what kicked off the show. This is where the show really hit its stride, was with Andrade and LA Knight. And I have to say, it was an excellent match. I really, really enjoyed it. Next week, it's going to be a match between these two, and I have a feeling Carmelo's going to win this one. Now, before we get to the last 3 matches and the actual meetup between Roman and Cody, let's get some of the irrelevant stuff out the way. So, Giovanni Vinci and Apollo Crews had another match today. In this match, Giovanni had a very strong showing. He was dominant majority of the match, but again, he took his eyes off the prize just slightly, and Apollo Crews, being the ring awareness wrestler he is, was able to do, what was it, a crucifix roll-up?
Something like that.
Y'all know the names of the moves more than I do. He did a roll-up on a Giovanni Vinci and was able to get the pin, despite him getting beat down majority of the match. This did not sit well with Giovanni Vinci, and he went on a ass-whooping spree on Apollo Crews and beat the hell out of him, and then the motherfucker wiped the sweat off his head and flicked it at him. It was the most disrespectful shit I had ever seen in my life, and I would have broke character and got up and whooped your ass. But Apollo Crews is a professional. I am not. There's a reason why he is wrestling, and I am not, okay? I would have whooped your ass. Sorry. I would have whooped your ass. But it seems that these two are developing quite the rivalry, and right now, Apollo is up 2-0 on Giovanni Vinci. And if they're going to start another best of 7 series, I say start with these two. They're athletic enough to make this work, and I like it when they have feuds that are born out of nothing. And people just mad because they lost. I think that's very interesting. So set it up. Shit, get it. Tear it up. Anywhoosies, I so see her popping out at 30. That lady is missed in that division. I don't think she's coming up at 30. I think she's going to be there before that. I think once Nia has her match at Royal Rumble, if she don't have an opponent at Royal Rumble and they decide to do a big reveal for her opponent, it's gonna be Charlotte, and she gonna lose. To be honest, I'm not mad about that if that's what happens. I'll explain in a minute. Chelsea made her intentions very clear with me, Chin. Let me tell y'all something about Chelsea. Chelsea may be a lot of things, but lacking creativity and spontaneity is not one of them. Chelsea is hilarious, okay? She is a hidden gem on this roster, and if you give her anything, Chelsea can work with it and make it turn into gold, okay? That child got a dumpster match with me, Chin, next week. So she decided to prepare by going and picking up trash and messing with the dumpsters, child. It was so it was so out of pocket, but it was hilarious. And I've grown to really appreciate what Chelsea brings to the table. Not to mention she actually is a pretty damn good wrestler. Chelsea just has that it factor of being able to portray characters effectively, whether they are comic relief or just insanely annoying. She has something about her that really makes her work. And I'm very proud and happy that she is there and that she can really use her creativity to her ability. And she always gives everything 110%. And I may shit on Chelsea occasionally, but I will never ever take that away from her. She really is really good. Chelsea would be my new truth. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I honestly wouldn't mind Chelsea being a champion outside of tag team because I think it would be funny. It would be funnier than what Ethan Page was doing with Oro Mensa. It'd be similar to that, but it actually would be funny. It would be worthwhile if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? The way she would always have a job because Chelsea just works. She really does. And as much as people want to make wrestling serious and down and all the time, like it doesn't have to be. Sometimes wrestling needs to be lighthearted. Sometimes wrestling needs to be fun. And Chelsea is that aspect. And I really, really appreciate it because you have no idea what people be dealing with. And sometimes being able to have that comic relief where she just makes you laugh can really do wonders for a person's psyche. So shout out to you, Chelsea, because girl, it's been a rough couple of weeks and I needed that laugh, child. She said I celebrated it by buying face oil and eye cream for my sister, a new mocha pot for my apartment, and 2 new cookbooks at my job with my 20%. Good for you. She's so good, and I need a moment for her with Ariana. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I love Ariana. When Ariana switched off to this character that she has, one where I appreciate what Ariana brings to the table, and she also is not bad in the ring either. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. And my plan is to buy an immersion blender for $20 on Sunday instead of paying hundreds of dollars. Cool. Everything ain't got to be serious. We need a palate cleanse. We do because we're stuck in bloodline hell right now. We are stuck in bloodline hell right now, and I'm really starting to get irritated. But I will explain what happened. I will explain what happened on with the bloodline. Nicole said I would let her get that Divas title from whatever dusty storage bin they have it in storage. You know why I'm okay with that? At first I wasn't. At first I wanted, but I feel like they could do like what they did with Ted DiBiase, right? You remember Ted DiBiase wasn't an official WWE belt. You remember?
Yeah.
But they let him carry it. And I feel like if you're going to do it, then do it that way. That way Chelsea could live her best life and you can bring back the other divas. Like you can let Beth come back and challenge her for it. You can really make it into a whole thing. It could be an unofficial title for WWE. And then Nick Aldis can instate it as a real title and let her run with it. Like you get what I'm saying? I'll be going to Chicago by car. Ooh. You know what, Don? I'm gonna pray for you, cause child, her and Ariana had a moment, But they need a whole story. They do need a whole story. There's a video on IG of Chelsea and Ariana crying backstage, and it's absolutely hilarious. Agree, because I know the route Nicole's going in. Right. He had the $1 million championship. He did. That's also like the FTW title in AEW. It would work if that's the way that they do it, which I don't have a problem with that. Again, it would lend to more storylines, and people would probably want to take the title off of her just to annoy her, but they won't get it because Piper's there. You know what I'm saying? And then she can force the ring announcer to announce her as the Divas champion. Like, it would be funny. I'm not driving no, thank God. I'm a passenger, as I should be. Passenger princess myself. And they could have old champ. You see where I was going with it? They can have the old champs come back and try to get the title off of her because she annoying it, or they feel like they sullying it. It could work. I feel like it could work. I think it could work, but it would be funny to watch. It doesn't have to be too serious. I feel like it would be funny. And she can go brand to brand as well. She could. She definitely could. I think it would be funny. I do. And I would watch it because Chelsea's gonna give those matches her all either way. It's not like she's gonna phone that shit in. She's gonna wrestle. Now, the next match we're gonna talk about is the women's match. Okay, so this has some stipulations in it. See, whoever got the pin is the one who would have faced off against Nia Jax at Bad Blood. But if they lost, one of them was gonna leave SmackDown forever. Now tonight, Nia basically told Tiffany if she got pinned in this match, that she definitely could be the one that leaves SmackDown forever. Which got me to thinking, that ain't a half bad idea. That's not bad at all. In fact, I think that would have been the route I would have took. Okay? Me personally, right? I feel like Tiffany Stratton with this briefcase on SmackDown is a waste of time. Now, I know that she more than likely is going to cash in, and it could be a failed cash in. But why, when you could just give Liv her comeuppance and have Tiffany cash in on her? The briefcase don't say Tiffany got to cash in on Nia Jax. It's a Money in the Bank briefcase. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if I was Tiffany Stratton, I would pitch it to Hunter and be like, hey, I don't mind switching brands and being on Raw by myself. I don't mind doing that. Let me cash in on Liv after this match she have with Rhea Ripley. And then what you do is, to keep Rhea away from this title for now, you have Raquel come in there and help Liv win, because that's been her brand for the last couple of months as champion. You have Raquel in there coming there and cost Rhea the championship, right? Liv wins, she's standing up, she got a bow or whatever. Everybody's happy. Kudos, bitch. Up, everybody's out, right? That's when Tiffany Stratton music hit. She come in there, cash in, take the title right from Liv. Boom. Game over, bitch. That's how I think it should go. That's how I think it should go. I really do. So Don said, the thing I love about Chelsea is that even though she's funny, she can still fucking, yes. And that's what I was saying. Like, she's going to be able to put on a banger no matter what. Right. All them, how's you that shit on Liv. See, you with me. You with me. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it, Nicole. I agree. Send Bailey to Raw. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I would like to see it. Tiffany can cash in on any champ. She can cash in on any championship. She can. Be it Liv, Nia, or Jay, or Bianca. I think Tip is going to Raw, especially with Ludwig there. From what I understand, Tiffany Stratton and Ludwig Kaiser are no longer know the truth. So I don't know. I try not to follow people's relationships because I just don't care enough. But I did come across it sometime that they were not together anymore. So it is what it is. I mean, no, but I see hoes or Roxanne or Kaylani. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like she should cash in on Liv. I feel like she should cash in on Liv. They broke up. I just saw them on TikTok live. They just got another place. That's why I said what I saw you got to take with a grain of salt because I saw it on Instagram and then I saw it on Sports Kita. But oftentimes their shit is a little shaky. So I don't know. You could be right, Nicole. I have no idea. That's why I said I try to not to stay. I try to stay out of the bullshit because I don't. That's not something that I really care about or care to see. So if you saw it on TikTok last week, then she got Naomi fucked up. First off, calm down. Calm down. Because I haven't even gotten to tell y'all what happened if you haven't seen it. But calm down, Quayshawn. Calm down. I don't feel that way, but go off. You know I'm street trash till I die. That is very, very ignorant. This is the fact that you call yourself street trash that is so unnecessary. Really live or die, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'd rather you say that. She pops up on my For You page every once in a while. That she's gonna pop up. You know what I mean? But anyways, so this match, neither Bailey nor Naomi are leaving SmackDown because they did pin Nia Jax. So let me explain. Do you feel me, Nicole? Like I feel like that's the better plan. Let Tiff take the title off of Liv. That's the better plan. And let Slytherin and let the rest of the Slytherin and Draco. They had a match, and I have to say, this tornado tag match was brilliant on Nick Aldis's part, and they had a really good match. They really did. They did an excellent job in this match. All four women performed very well. But this is where the end came up. Tiffany Stratton got hit with a 1D. And then Bailey rolled up Nia, but then Naomi got on top and actually held her down. And that's where the double pin came in at. Both of the girls got the pin. Both of them. And because contender is for the championship match. Now, Naomi and so at first during the match, when Naomi saw Bailey get the pin, she pulled her off because she knew if Bailey got the pin, one, she would be out of there, and two, Bailey would get the shot at the title. So they got into a little tiss because of that. And then it led to the 1D and them being able to both pin Nia Jax. So nobody is leaving the SmackDown brand because Nia for Tiffany Stratton to leave. And Tiffany wasn't the one who got okay. So my Wi-Fi cut out in the middle of it. So I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. So to go back over it, since my sound was cutting out on me and you guys couldn't really hear, Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax lost this match. Nobody is leaving SmackDown. And it is because Tiffany is not the one who got pinned. It was Nia Jax who got pinned. Nia got double pinned by both Naomi and Bayley. This happened after Tiffany Stratton suffered a 1D. And because both of them got the pin, referee just recognized Naomi as the winner. But because Nick realized that both women were pinning Naomi, she raised both of their hands because it was a tag team match. But looking at what the ref saw, the ref basically was like, Naomi was the one who got the pin on top, but Nick Aldis recognized Bayley underneath also with the pin. So he has arranged that both of these women compete next week to determine who the true number one contender is. This also doesn't sit well with me because I feel like next week these two are going to have their match and Nia and Tiffany are going to interfere again. And this may lead to a triple threat match, which I wish Nick Aldis would have just made from the very fucking beginning. But, Triple H got to stretch shit out. I will say this, though. This Tornado tag team match was very, very good. It was very fun to watch, and they gave them a significant amount of time in this match. So I was very happy about that. Tonight's show was well booked, like I said. Now, there was an impromptu match made today, and it happened after the segment with Cody and Roman. So first, let's talk about that. Cody and Roman went to Georgia Tech. Is it Georgia Tech? Roman's alma mater, but it is in Cody's hometown. Cody was born in Atlanta, Georgia. But Roman played football at Georgia Tech. That's his college and his alma mater, and it's what kicked off his football career before it was derailed by leukemia. Now, Roman and Cody literally had a face-off in the middle of this field. Essentially, Roman told Cody, this is his field, this is his city, and he's just in it. Roman showed up in a 7-car motorcade and got out of the middle car. I don't know what the other 6 cars was for. Cody just showed up in a car on his own. Roman basically told him straight up, he was like, he says, everybody in this match has nothing to lose except for you. You got everything to lose. Solo and the Bloodline don't have nothing to lose. And I definitely don't have nothing to lose. He said they took my wise man from me, they took my Jimmy from me, and they took my Ulafala. He was like, I don't have nothing to lose. You're the one who's got the weight of the world on your neck and on your shoulders. And so Cody was like, you telling me this like I don't know. He said, you telling me this like I don't know where I stand in all of this. It was just messy, Nicole. It was just messy. Dry, give me the power cord for my computer before this thing shut off, please. It was so messy. Cody was like, but if you believe that you don't have nothing to lose, you're crazy. Thank you. Is it plugged up? Yeah, gotcha. Thank you. He was like, yeah, they took your Jimmy, they took your wise man, they took Ulafala, but he said there's a man running around the WWE pretending or at least believing that he's the tribal chief, and he got a whole flock of people running with him, agreeing with him. So no, you ain't out of the woods. You don't have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose and everything to gain. He said, if you want to pretend like you are you out the woods, then you crazy. You're crazy. He said, you in this just as deep as I am. But he was like, I don't know. He was like, you ain't got no family. You don't have your Ulufala. You don't have none of that. And you damn sure don't have the championship. So Roman kind of slowed down after that because Cody had got his ass all the way together. And he said, what do you want? What is it that you want? I'm like, well, look at that. The human has returned. Cody said, all I want to know is that when the time comes that you will have my back the way you're supposed to, so I can have your back the way I'm supposed to. That's all I want from you. Roman was like, you know what? I'm going to have your back, but know this. Once this is over, I am going to get back my WWE championship. And when he tried to walk away, Cody stepped in front of him and said, wait now, boy. Wait now, boy. Wait now, boy. This ain't your championship. This is my championship. Roman was like, you're in my way. So Cody stepped back and he was like, no. You're in my way in life, nigga. You just getting on my damn nerves. These two probably gonna end up fighting it out at WrestleMania again. Okay? And that'll be the final bout for those two. Hopefully. Praying. I'm begging. Because I'm finna be bloodlined out. Okay? And they keep finding new ways to revive it. It's almost like with Judgment Day. Judgment Day is on its third leg of a revive of their group. And I'm just tired. I'm so tired, y'all. Okay. Now, what happened after this was Kevin saw Cody and Roman come to an agreement. And this upset him. Okay. This upset him. And before Kevin could explain how he felt, which he was asked twice by Byron in a span of 10 minutes. Excuse me. So that's when Bloodline came out. Solo was not there tonight. It was just Jacob, Tama, and Tongaloa. They came out there and basically was like, we don't want to hear what you got to say. You going to pay your respects to our tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. There's only one, blah, blah, blah. Yay, everybody go out there and go. Kevin was like, fuck it. Y'all don't want to talk, then shit. Let's not talk. Y'all don't want to have nothing to say. Y'all ain't going to come in here but do nothing but whoop my ass anyway. So I'm sick of it. They went in there and fought. DIY came out there to aid Kevin, and Nick Aldis stopped them from fighting and set up a 6-man tag team match for the main event, which in my mind, the main event should have been Nia, Naomi, and Bailey. The tag team turmoil match. It should have been, the tag team tornado match. It should have been them. Their match should have been in the middle of the show, in my opinion. But I see now why it was the main event. Because the boys ended up fighting, but not the way you think. Because while Bloodline has been acting like jackasses all day, attacking the staff when they was coming in to be checked by the metal detector, just being real petty, honey. Okay? Just being real petty. They also attacked DIY before the match could even happen. And when I say they attacked them, they beat them down and they were not cleared to compete. This led to the Street Profits coming out and taking their place, which for the most part, they had a pretty solid match. But towards the end, the match completely broke down and the referee threw the match out. He basically was like, nobody's listening to my commands. The 10 count has happened. Ring the damn bell. The match is over. This is when the match completely broke down and Bloodline took over everything. They took out everybody. Kevin, the Street Profits, DIY even limped their asses out there and they got beat up. It was a full-on massacre and Kevin was about to go through that announcer's table, but Cody came out there to save the fucking day with a chair and was able to take out the rest of the Bloodline in Tongaloa and Tama, but he ended up hitting a Cody cutter on Jacob, and that's what got Jacob out the ring. Now, the key part about this is the end. When Kevin Owens picked up the chair that Cody brought in, and he had it in his hands, and he was visibly fighting the urge to knock Cody in his back with that chair. I don't believe that he's happy with Cody and his decision to face off against the Bloodline with Roman, and I feel like he feels Cody should have let Roman fight his own battles. And to Kevin's point, I kind of have to agree, but at the same time, there's an old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend until he's my enemy. And at this point, you two have a common enemy. You got to find a way to make that work. And eventually, you can fight it out between yourselves once you're done with it. But that's how it ended. And they did end up shaking hands at the end. And Kevin still picked up that chair. And the last scene you see at the end of Smackdown is Kevin holding the chair down and Cody staring at the Bloodline smiling. I do not think Kevin and Cody are finished. In fact, I think probably after this match he has with Roman, they're going to go back to them and they're going to fight. It's not going to be easy. And Kevin's going to end up flipping and becoming a heel. He hasn't been a heel in almost 5 years. But, you know, it is what it is. So let me go back to some of y'all comments because my thing cut out and I didn't even get to see what some of y'all was saying. She said, I need Tiffy time to take that off Liv since she don't want to wrestle. Yes, fair. Draco still takes me out because who do you think you are? That nigga is Draco Malfoy. And you know it. He act like Draco Malfoy. Draco Malfoy was such a jealous little bitch. And his own daddy ended up fucking him over with his mama. And it was Harry who saved Draco Malfoy in the damn stories. Child. If I ever get the chance to talk about the Harry Potter movies, baby, I tell you, I hated Draco Malfoy. And even then, he wasn't as strong as he wanted to be. Child, Finn Balor is Draco Malfoy. A jealous little bitch. And mad because Harry Potter didn't want to be his friend. She said JD done had them titles for almost 2 months and just defended them for the first time on Monday. Like, bye. I'm tired of all of them. Girl, we've been praying and hoping, but Triple H is such a slow burner. I fucking hate him sometimes, but that's not new for me. I mean, fair. It was the same thing for Rhea. If you're not gonna defend it, you don't need it. Okay, y'all, I got you. I mean, that's what we were saying about Rhea Ripley, but towards the end of her title reign, she finally started defending it. She finally started having some competitors, and it was starting to get fun for her to be champion, which made sense. You know what I'm saying? She said she watched it. They got the whole clip online. Oh shit. Yum yum, eat him up. He ate his ass up. Cody subtly ate his ass up, and Roman was standing there about to burst. But baby, Cody tore his ass a new one. It was hit after hit after hit. I was like, you better talk your shit. Do it. It couldn't have been me. Because I was like, well, after I beat you, you was gone. I'd have been like, they didn't take Jimmy from you. You let Jimmy get his ass whooped. Where were your antennas when them niggas was beating up your cousin? Where was your antennas when this nigga was making decisions without you? If you was the tribal chief, why didn't you keep your enforcer under control? La 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 la. Sir? OTC or not, you should be keeping your people under control. And even when you're not there, they should be answering to your second in command, which was your wise man, correct? So why did he go rogue? Furthermore, a man with a losing streak who has not won a match yet is still running around calling himself the tribal chief. What is going on in your family? The power? Is it the power? It's definitely the power. We should have had to cut. We would have had to cut like 5 times. Child, he rolled up to that damn field in 7 cars. He got out the middle car. Cody stood there and was like, 7 cars? Really? That's very subtle, Roman. I was like, right? If you was trying to be incognito, you failed, bitch. You failed. JD is in his 4th version. I swear it's just the 3rd. Yeah, the truth one was the best version, to be fair. Ray should be getting this kind of treatment because he keep replacing motherfuckers. Watch the next one gonna be the Lucha Bros. You know what? I don't think so, because I think the Lucha Brothers have a goal for coming into WWE. And I don't think that they just want to be a part of the Latina group. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to LWO. I'm just keeping it 100. I think they want to be more than just a Latina wrestler. I think they want to be more than that. They aspire for more than that, as does everybody in the E. But I don't think that that's how they want to be admired or described. I don't think that. So I don't think they're going to be a part of LWO. And if they introduce them that way, I really hate that for them because they'll be stuck. Also, I forgot that Legado del Fantasma is over on Smackdown still. I wonder what they're going to do with that. There is an uncut scene where Draco tossed the one to Harry, but it was cut in the middle of the show because I was typing up notes at work and I had it playing on my phone in the background. Oh, ow. Jesus. Nope, the 4th. Jesus. No, I get what you mean. Like as LWO seems like a good intent, it don't do shit. And they don't ever win. They never win. They never give them any traction. They're just there. And to me, like putting them all together, that, to be honest, that drug Zelina Vega down. That drug down Dragon Lee. The only any boost from being in this group is fucking Ray. And like Joaquin and Del Toro can't never stay healthy enough to get out the locks. Like, I mean, to get out the blocks, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but like when they finally get some shine and they finally get something going, one of them ends up getting injured. And I'm just like, Jesus. Like, I would love to have Joaquin and Del Toro deserve to be NXT Tag Team Champions when they were in Legado del Fantasma years ago. They should have been champions. Okay? They're on the main roster. I would have rather they had the fucking tag team titles than Judgment Day. It's stupid. If they're pushing for straight to the main rosters, they asses is not going to some LWO. I agree. I think they're smarter than that. I do. Then they'd be like, good job, try again. And I'd be mad as fuck. Like, I would just barely phone in my job if you're gonna do me like that. Because that's crazy. But y'all, Smackdown was really good. They did a good job at making sure the show flowed properly. They made sure we saw the feuds. We got to see everything. The matches were given time. They were given time. We had a good showing. Because it was a tag team tornado match, they didn't need to do anything with the women. We had the segment with Chelsea, so we had a few things cooking in the fire. It was a really well-booked show. So, like I said, kudos to Uncle Trip for booking the show, 2 shows back-to-back, and booking them very well. And I really enjoyed SmackDown today, and I enjoyed Monday Night Raw as well. There were 2 very good shows. We could have had fun matches with Wild and Del Toro. They keep getting injured. They do. They if one of them isn't injured, usually it's Del Toro that be injured. But they could have been champs by now. Exactly. They could have at least been a champ on each brand that they've been on. They ain't touched the belt. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, God, excuse me, y'all. But anyways, y'all, next week we'll be 2 weeks out from Bad Blood. So next Monday is the 23rd. And on next Monday, we are going to see if Jey Uso is going to capture this Intercontinental Championship. God knows we are praying that he does, because it is well deserved. And honestly, Brian Breaker ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't moving the needle. Nobody cares that he has the championship. So I think this is why they took the title off of Sammy in the first place and gave it to Brian Breaker, so that Jey could get that title off of Brian, unless he cheat and they push this out to Bad Blood. But yeah, I can't wait. I need him to get that championship. I need it. Also, the match cards have been updated for Bad Blood. What happened? Why are you taking it off? Hold on, y'all. I'll be back.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
Okay, y'all. I had to help Jared. Said, you know what? So remember before Charlotte and old girl had a Hell in a Cell match, wasn't it just said to be a regular match? Yeah, at first it was. Yeah. Yeah, it was. You're thinking they're gonna turn that match into a Hell in a Cell match? If they do, that's great. But Hell in a Cell matches are what, like between 20 and 30 minutes? Give or take. Okay. That's fine. So for now, the match card for Hell in a Cell, for Bad Blood is as follows. The tag team match between Roman and Cody versus the Bloodlines, Solo and Jacob Fatu. The championship match for the women's championship between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. The matchup between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And, of course, the Hell in a Cell match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Drew McIntyre is scheduled to make an appearance on Monday Night Raw. CM Punk is not scheduled to be there. Just like last week, CM Punk was scheduled to be there, but Drew wasn't. To maintain order, Adam has decided to keep these two separated until Hell in a Cell. So that's how that's going to work out. Tuesday, of course, they're going to have A-Town Down Under on NXT. And there are going to be some more matches. Riley Osborne is going to go up again, or Riley, I don't know his last name. Riley is going to go up against Ridge Holland. He's been taking out every member of Chase U with the exception of Thea Hale. But every member of Chase U is doubted out. At least they're fighting champs. And of course, Jada Parker is still on the quest to take out Fatal Influence. And now Lola and Jada Parker more than likely will be fighting it out this Tuesday on NXT as well. And Ethan Page and Trick Williams are facing off on the first week of NXT on the CW network. And their special guest referee is going to be none other than CM Punk. And they are going to be in Chicago for that show. In the second week, for their second week on the CW network, they're going to be in Missouri. And what is rumored to be St. Louis, they're going to have a match between Randy Orton and Javon Evans. This is going to be a massive, massive 2 weeks for NXT. I highly recommend that you start watching NXT if you haven't watched it, because it is well worth the watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of Smackdown. If you guys would do me a solid and give me a good old thumbs up on this video, please share, comment if you're watching this in the playback. I would greatly appreciate it. And just make sure that you subscribe if you're watching this. Keep on watching because we got some new content coming. You can also join the membership and be a tourist or a citizen of the United States of Tiffany. The memberships are all listed here in the live. You guys can check it out for yourselves. This October, new content is going to be coming, and I hope you guys like it because it's along the vein of what I like to do in my spare time, but it is also going to be talking about wrestling. So I'm going to also be doing the books like I promised, so don't worry. I just may read the books and then we discuss it because some of y'all don't have the book. So I don't know. We'll do a little bit and make sure you guys get to see and hear everything that I want to do for the next couple of months. December. Oh, and the podcast is going to be up today. We have a lot going on in the podcast. We talk about Mercedes Moné and the whole situation with Megan Thee Stallion. We talked about Tony Khan. We talked about Smackdown going to 3 hours in October. And then Raw sticking with 3 hours when it goes to Netflix in January. So overall, in a week, we'll be getting 6 hours of wrestling between Monday and Friday, and another 2 hours of wrestling through NXT. It's going to be a lot of show to watch for both brands. But podcast will be up tonight. I missed the deadline to get it up earlier, and I apologize. But the podcast will be up tonight, so I hope you guys go and listen to it. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it over on Apple Podcasts. And I'm going to physically start uploading the podcast to YouTube as well, so you guys can see it there as well. Okay? If you want to join the channel, please do. It would help support me greatly and keep things going on the channel. If not, you can always donate to the Cash App that is listed below. You can just simply send me a little bit of money to make sure I can keep the channel going. StreamYard isn't cheap. It's $25 a month for StreamYard and $29 a month for Riverside. So your girl has to spend some coin to keep giving you the content. Okay? At bare minimum, if you guys subscribe to my channel and become a member, you guys will be able to get preference when it comes to your comments. And you guys will see the videos that I have up, and you can decide which ones I put out for everybody else to see. That's just another perk that the membership will get. And as the membership grows, we will add more perks. But for now, I'm keeping it small and keeping it intimate with my folk. Okay? So, with all that being said, I will see you guys on Monday after Monday Night Raw. I'm sorry, Janelle, I missed your comment, but hello. How are you? Thank you for coming. If you want to watch the show in its entirety from start to finish, please do me a solid and just go back to the beginning once the video posts, and you can watch everything, okay? Don says, okay, so there's still time if shit gets shicey. Mm-hmm. But y'all, make sure y'all follow the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and get that membership. You can get the lowest one. It's 99 cents a month. It's cheap. I made it cheap for you. And I'll see you guys Monday. Bye.